Welcome everybody at home. Joining us today for Bar TV's live coverage of the Premier 1 minors semi-final, the knockout game here at number 2. It's Hamilton versus Merewether Carlton. To all the fathers out there today, happy Father's Day. Hope you've had an excellent day and you've got your feet up on the lounge, kicking back, maybe a glass of red or an ale of your favourite. And with me today is Jimmy Gardner. As always, how are you, Jimmy? Happy Father's Day, mate.
Thanks, mate. Hey, had a wonderful morning with the two boys and the wife. Went out for breakfast. Treated me like a king. I had some chili con carne for lunch. I'm firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and special mention to my family today, obviously giving me the Father's Day I wanted. I'm at the rugby, so the only other place I'd rather be is with them, Jimmy. But let's get into the footy. How do you see this one going today?
Well, mate, the two very evenly matched teams in terms of their performances the last couple of weeks. So far, the underdog has won the 3 finals that's been contested. So on that basis, you'd have to think Merewether Carlton will go in favourite here. They've come from 5th. They've really got a bit of momentum. They've got a bit of belief about them in the last couple of weeks. There's a lot to like about them. They're very settled. They've had the same team from 1 to 15 running out today as for the last 3 games, whereas Hamilton have had a number of changes, particularly around that front row and also around the 5'8" halfback areas, which is in big games, that's the most important part. So the fact that Merewether Carlton are settled, I like that about them. In terms of probably big match players and that little bit of class factor, you probably lean towards Hamilton, but these games aren't necessarily won on class, as we saw yesterday and last week. They're won on teams that make the most of their opportunities, teams that make the least mistakes, and the teams that are the most disciplined. So 2 evenly matched teams. I think the first 10 minutes will give us a fair sign of where Hamilton are at in terms of their mentality.
Yeah, plenty of changes here today, Jimmy. Hamilton had a really interrupted preparation into this game. Do you think that's going to affect them, and do you think the Merewether Carlton side will probably look to capitalise early on? Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how Jason Keeling comes in. He's come in at fly half. He has been their fly half for most of the season, but he's had some osteopubis. He hasn't played for 5 weeks. And my understanding is he's hardly even trained this week. So it's a big risk bringing him in cold as such, particularly in such a key spot as 5'8". Not only with his the way he controls the game, but with his kicking game. That's certainly the biggest part of his game. If we look at the second round where they played Merewether Carlton at Townsend Oval, it was his kicking game and playing into the corners that really was the difference for Hamilton in that victory. They won that one 34-17 at Merewether's home at Townsend Oval, and in their first meeting at Passmore Oval, it was in fact Merewether Carlton who beat Hamilton, and that was a real good sign for them. They had the blueprint of how to beat them. They really attacked the ruck, and I expect them to do that again here today. So a big question mark on Jason Keeling. The other one is Chris Pusey comes into the front row at hooker. He's played off the bench last week, and it looked like he was gone for the season there late in that game against Southern Beaches. He came off. He had to be assisted off the field with what looked like a very bad knee injury. But he's back and he starts, which means Steve Lamont moves to the side of the scrum, and the big Fijian Marta goes to the bench. So a big call from coach Chris Cohen, but he showed he's not afraid to make those calls the last couple of weeks. Whether or not this is a masterstroke or potentially a pitfall, I guess we'll know soon enough.
Yeah, this is Rob Delbo, blows his whistles for the team to come out of the field at their leisure. We'll quickly go through the Hamilton side. As you mentioned, a couple of changes. Front rows today are Peter Backerich, number 3, Silla, with Pusey coming in at hooker. Number 6 in the second row. Moving to the breakaway position is Steve Lamont with Pete Maxwell, his breakaway partner. Gareth Tills is the number 8. Matt Ferry is the halfback again this week. And number 22 starting this game is Jason Keeling. The wingers, number 15 is Harris with Economu going to the bench. And 14, Tim Walton with Ratu Delnamate and Eric Vasakikakaku in the centres. The fullback is Fallen. And over to you, Jimmy, with the Merewether side.
Yeah, much more settled lineup for Merewether Carlton. As we mentioned, 3rd time in a row they're going from 1 to 15 unchanged. The front rowers are Mick Burke and Keith Barlow. The hooker and vice-captain, one of 3 players potentially retiring today, Mick Gill. The second row partners are Sean Rich and Mitchell Frost. The back row is Pat Island at blindside, Chris Ward, the number 7, and Mac Ray locks the scrum. The halfback is Garen Erst. The 5'8", Blake Crichton. The 2 centres, Kent Hatchfield and Jaden Hetherington. On the wings is Corey Nash and Riley Smith. And at the back, a fullback, Aidan Kelso.
Yes, and the Merewether supporters cheering the Merewether Carlton team on. Everyone looking pumped with the second grade team just bowing out just then. So a couple of those fresh guys coming on will look to sort of lift this team to try and get through to a grand final. Team shake hand in the middle. Rob Delbo controlling his game, as you mentioned. How do you see him controlling it?
Yeah, we had a fair game last week. I thought he was pretty good. Of the three referees we've seen in action, I thought he was probably let the game flow the most last week. But when he had to police something, he did. He was quick on it. So both these sides like to attack the ball at the breakdown. So I think we'll get a fair indication nice and early on how much leeway he's going to give him. The conditions today, good for rugby. The sun was out this morning, so the pitch again is nice and dry and firm. There's a slight breeze coming from the south, which is from your right. That will favour, looks like, Hamilton in the first half, but certainly nowhere near as strong as it was yesterday. I'd say probably 5 points maximum.
Yes, and interesting to know that the team running right to left in these semi-finals has gone on to win every match. So Hamilton winning the toss and choosing to run towards the Marketown end. Merewether Carlton running towards the beach end. I guess that's their favourite, running towards the beach. Gareth Ernst is the captain. Rob Delbo to start the game. Merewether Carlton players line out both sides. Hamilton players well spread out for this kickoff. As the ball bounced in the middle, Jaden Hetherington, or Riley Smith, with the kickoff. Everyone at home, we're ready for this elimination semi-finals. Rob Delbo blows the whistle, and it's a good searching kick to about the 20-metre line, and Lamont safe as houses under that one as he takes the ball forward. Not giving up much there. As the Hamilton players come over well. Ball passed back. Good long clearing kick over the head of Smith, letting it bounce. Ratu coming forward on the wing. As he chooses to take around Smith, and McRae taking the ball to the 40.
Now on good body strength. Looks like he was just flirting with that touchline, but he stays in. Chris Ward did well at the back. They're getting here in numbers, the Greens. Good start by them.
Yeah, good start. They've turned over the ball. Rob Delbo has seen something in the ruck there.
Yeah, he's picked up a little hand in the ruck there. Looked like Joe Ackersdyke. He was on the ground. Looks like he may have given that one a little help with his hand.
Yeah, not really rolling away either.
A good positive start there from Merewether Carlton. They handled that quite well.
Crichton finds touch easily on about the 40-metre line. Des Gilbert, who refereed yesterday's match, is on the touchline. Mick Gill to have the first throw of the match, and Sean Rich up, and that's a good win by Merewether. Good long ball around Kelso's legs. Good hit there by the Hamilton side, and
Pete
driven
Maxwell
back.
was onto him sharply, wasn't he? And he's all over the ball now. Got to roll away though, and good drive there for the Merewether Carlton. Get the ball back.
Yeah.
Sean Rich looks to truck it up. There's not much of him, but he's pretty strong with that leg drive.
Yeah, good run there by Sean Rich, taking it over the halfway, and Crichton with the ball. Little chip over the top there as Nash comes through, and bad bounce there. Nearly gets to it, and the ball trickles out over the touchline. Hamilton looking for the quick throw, but no, they'll take the line out.
Yeah, I think we'll see the way the Merewether Carlton line up. Aiden Kelso will line up at fullback in attack, but when it comes to defence, he moves to outside centre. Jaden Hetherington, they all slot in one. Jaden Hetherington goes to 5'8", and Blake Crichton moves to fullback, where he's so good with that counter attack.
Yeah, Blake Crichton, probably the key to this Merewether Carlton attack. He does control the game really well in attack, and as you said, he moves up into the 5'8" role, as most fullbacks do these days. They have that sort of roaming role. Jimmy, how do you see Blake Crichton's effect in this game?
There's no doubt he's the key. If they're going to fire, if they're going to get some points, most of it's going to be derived from what he does. That's, of course, until Jay Strawn can come on as an X factor in the second half. But, yeah, certainly whether it's the counter-attack or whether it's him getting his hands on the ball, he'll be the man the Greens look to spark something. Yeah,
and Gareth Ernst had an absolute blinder last week, scoring a couple of tries. So the Hamilton side are going to have to look for that sniping attack play by Gareth Ernst from halfback. They're going to have to get that pillar and post position sort of really solid if they're going to nullify him in attack.
Yeah, particularly on Steve Lamont goes to breakaway today. I'm sure that'll be one of the things on his to-do list, is to make sure that he doesn't get lazy or fan out too quickly. Because, Gareth Ernst, he picks his moment. As soon as he sees a half gap, he's gone. Yeah,
good scrum by the Carlton side as Tills picks it up from the back, and
Liam Fallen makes a good burst there. He had a hit problem too, so it looks like he's all right.
Good run by Lamont. Good charging onto it. Hamilton plays with a bit more purpose this week than last week, and that's a poor pass there at the back, but good little dummy and a half break, and doesn't matter. Gets the offload over the halfway line. The Hamilton Hawks now. Merewether Carlton roll away and taking it forward there through Vasakika Kaku, picking up off the back. On about 40 metres now, the Hamilton side, and good flat ball to Lamont. He's lifted his work rate this game as opposed to last game, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, Hamilton coach Chris Coleman
good
was
half
very
break.
critical of them playing like millionaires last week, trying to force passes, and when something's not on, he wants them to go to ground. And it looks like that's certainly the approach they're taking early with some good settling play. But they're on the way here. They're putting some pressure on Crichton, but he gets across to clean up.
Yeah,
last week they were just guilty of pushing passes, and once they got that little lead, they thought all of a sudden it was going to be too easy for them, and that was when Southern Beaches went boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, Crichton just playing safety first then. It will be a Hamilton line-out, so expect them all to come. Sean Rich probably will contest, though, this one, with Lamont being probably the best thrower in the competition. Probably not. Oh, and Merewether Carlton steal that ball, and Chris Ward cleans up, flicks it out the back, putting the players under pressure, and the ball's around there, and that's a knock on there called by Rob Delbo. Both ways. Yeah, and that's very lucky for Hamilton.
Uncharacteristic there from Steve Lamont. He's normally a very good line-out thrower, but that one was just too flat and allowed the man at the number 2 for Merewether Carlton just to get up and get a hand to it and force scrappy force down. So big scrum this one. Always love the first engagement when it comes to scrum time. Hamilton probably got them in terms of size and experience, but the Merewether Carlton scrum has really owned up the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, especially having Michael Burke back in that front row. I think it really shores up their front row. He's probably not an 80-minute player, but he's working towards that if they do progress beyond this game. And picked up off the back by Tills, maybe a little knock on and a little dummy there. And Keelan nearly gets through, pops it up, and Fallen knocks on, and that's nearly a try. And that's
good signs.
Early signs there for Hamilton.
Jason Keelan's come in at fly half, and already he's directing things. He's taking it to the line. Now, when he's got a groin issue, that's maybe one thing you might not expect him to do. But he's really testing it out. He's not holding anything back. He went to the line, found Liam Fallen, but just that little ball just spilled at the end. But yeah, real danger signs there for Merewether Carlton.
Yeah, they look a lot more organised this week too, with Keelan there in at the 10 spot, playing in 21, of course, with Fallen dropping back to fullback, probably his preferred position, as we've mentioned the last couple of games. And a 5-metre scrum here with Merewether Carlton getting set. Good engagement here by the Merewether Carlton side, and good run here by Kelso as he takes it forward for the Merewether Carlton side, and they're about 15 metres out now. He seems to play that one off the scrum really well and boots it out of trouble by Crichton, but Fallen on the spot, taking up to the 20-metre. That's a good hard hit there by Hatchwell. And Merewether Carlton counter-rucking, coming forward and through on the ball. Looks like they may have won it here. Good counter-rucking there, and Crichton at the back. Little box kick from behind. It's a high one.
Yeah, a bit of pressure here for Ferry, but he handles it nicely. Ben Harris comes around in support. They've got some numbers here on the left. If they can get it to Visakauku. And Ratu's through. He's got a little bit of space.
And he's got Vasakauku coming on the inside and passes it off, and it's a poor pass, but Hamilton come up with it. Yeah, on about the 15-metre line.
They've still got numbers on the left.
Pusey with the ball. He's hard to put down, Pusey, and Pusey about 5 metres out here. Coming off the back here, Ackersdyke pulled down by the Merewether Carlton side. Little short ball there to Maxwell, and Maxwell forward pass. Shepherd there called by Delbo, and off the hook, Merewether Carlton.
Yeah, but it's been a very good start by Hamilton Hawks. This is the Hamilton Hawks we've learned to see and love and know. That there was an opportunity there perhaps for Ratu to throw a miracle ball, but instead he went to ground and they kept going. Yeah, just a bit of miscommunication there at the end. Otherwise, it would have been a certain 5-pointer.
And good kick there by Crichton, clearing them out of trouble over the 22-metre line to about 30 metres out here. Gill with the throw up for Sean Rich, and Sean Rich takes the ball, safe as houses, Sean Rich. And Merewether Carlton maul the ball forward with Ernst controlling the play from the back there, the Merewether Carlton side. There's a bit of a scuffle on in there, and Hamilton defending the more well as Merewether Carlton collapse it. Crichton with the ball, short ball there to Hatchwell. Hatchwell makes half a break. He's got support on the outside in Hetherington, but no. Ball spun out wide there by Smith. Hetherington now to Corey Nash. Corey Nash takes one in the middle. Corey Nash making a break. He's got a lot of pace. Nash and clipped in the ankles. Passes the ball inside, and Hamilton come up with it through Bakarich. Good covering defence there by Hamilton.
Yeah, great scrambling by Hamilton. He just got a fingertip to the ankle, and that was enough to bring him down. Otherwise, it was a certain 5-pointer for the Greens. But
that's out on the full.
There. Again, this time Merewether Carlton, their first real opportunity down this end of the park. Just a lapse in concentration there from the clearance kick. It went out in touch on the full when they started from outside their 22. So expect Sean Rich to get up nice and high here. Perhaps a ball off the top for one of the big forwards rumbling onto it.
Yeah, Burke already maybe struggling a little bit there with fitness as the Merewether Carlton side bring the ball down from all. They've been pretty successful with this over the past few weeks, but Hamilton defending it really well here. As Merewether keep it up, they move slightly forward ever so slowly here, taking it to the 20-metre line, still on their feet.
Yeah, looks like penalty.
Looks like a bit of an advantage. Hamilton maybe collapsing it there, and that is a penalty. And Merewether Carlton may go for the points here, or may even kick the ball further forward and go for that attacking maul again, which they've been pretty successful in the last couple of weeks, but they do take the points.
Yeah, interesting to see here. The last couple of games we've seen teams in this position on the park test their arm, go for the line and turn it into a 7-pointer. But with a little bit of breeze into him, this is going to be a fairly difficult kick for Blake Crichton. He's 26, 27 metres out and only about 6 metres in from touch. So he didn't have a real good day with the boot last week.
Yeah, he's been a bit off, hasn't he?
He may have struck them pretty well. But I think he's a confidence kicker. While he missed a couple last week, he certainly looked like he struck most of them pretty pure. So this one will be all about direction. It's from his wrong side, being a left footer. So
I think he kicks with both feet, Jimmy.
Well, I kick the cat with both feet, but that's about it. But I think you'll probably have to
kick myself.
Aim this one right, just on that right upright and try and hook it around.
Yes, as he lines the ball up there. As we're coming live for you for Bar TV today, of course, on the Newcastle Herald Bar TV, of course, the home of grassroots sports across Australia and across the world, as Crichton kicks the ball and he makes sure of it. He's got that over the post, and Merewether Carlton now taking the lead for the first time in the match, 3 over Hamilton 0. As the Hamilton players getting back into position, still looking really keen to keep this game going.
Yeah, Jason Kelly, interesting to see where this puts plenty of height on this one, whether he goes for a bit of distance from the roost up. But he goes in no man's land. That's sort of an easy take here for Gareth Ernst, and they can plenty of time to kick this clear break, Crichton. He does exactly that.
Yeah, punches it downfield, finding about the 50-metre mark there, probably about 45 out here, and that's a good punching, clearing kick by Blake Crichton as Lamont comes to take another Hamilton line out.
Wind looks like it's picking up too from the south, so you're starting to get a bit gusty now. So at Hamilton's back, of course, and I think it's starting to pick up, which will be a big advantage for them.
And the ball over the top there, and Maxwell hit really hard in that line out.
Yeah, Chris Ward.
As Barlow takes it forward. Barlow steaming onto that one. Good run there by Barlow. Thrown out wide there to Kelso, and Nash on the outside. He's causing havoc out on that wing, Nash, and taken down about 30 metres out. As the Merewether Carlton getting there in numbers. Hamilton spread out well in the defensive line. And Mick Gill with the ball. Oh, good little pop pass there by Gill to Mac Ray as he takes the ball into the tackle.
Yeah, they're bunched here, Merewether Carlton. I don't think we'll see too much flash here the next couple of phases. Just
Ernst.
Ernst a little dart again. His forwards are loading up here.
Tap on the bum there by Mick Gill, urging his front row partner to take the ball into contact. And again, they take it into contact, not making many metres here, the Merewether Carlton side. As Crichton calling for the ball, with the ball in his hand now. Good little ball round the back. As Smith comes through, he's got a bit of pace, Smith, but he's taken in the tackle by the Hamilton 5'8", and Chris Ward takes the ball off the back, and good enterprising piece of play there by Ward.
Numbers here, Merewether Carlton, the ball at the back.
They got numbers on the blind, and that's a good long ball there to Burke. Burke lifted in the tackle there, and Gill taking the ball. He's got some skills. Gill, good long ball to Corey Nash, and Corey Nash takes the ball infield. Good safety first play there by the winger.
They recycle here. They can't get too carried away, Merewether. They need to get the ball back and reload again.
And he's taken out there, Nash.
Yeah, quality scrambling defence there by Hamilton. They look like they were stretched a couple of times. Firstly on this right side, then back on the left side. Just that pass to Mick Burke. Probably could have gone to anyone else. It just went behind him.
It is a penalty, though. Delbo's called a long advantage there, and it's a penalty for a high tackle. And this will surely be another couple of points. Oh, he's foxed him there, Blake Crichton. The wily young 5'8" fullback.
Yeah, this will be another gift 3 points, you think, for this one. Good start by Merewether Carlton into the win. They could find themselves up 6-0 after 12 minutes.
Yeah, taking the penalty option as we go to the replay. Just taking it back here. Blake Crichton. And the crowd hushed here while Crichton lines up the kick. Not as big as yesterday's crowd, but still packed in the grandstand here. And there's a few people lit it over on the hill for Father's Day here. Yeah, just a little bit high there, just
Jason
creeping up.
Just slipped up, but what we've seen in the last 24 hours, not surprising that was given, really. But I prefer the old school way, mate. Unless you actually knock someone's head off, I don't think it's warrants. It's certainly not worth 3 points.
And Crichton hits it, strikes it well, and that is a goal to Blake Crichton. 2 from 2 here today, and Merewether Carlton go to 6, Hamilton 0. As the Hamilton players getting back, still with their heads up. Match not over by any means yet.
Yeah, I think they want to do a bit more with this restart. That was in no man's land the last time they got this position. Keelan just, instead of going for ultimate distance, he sort of went for that mid-range kick, and it was an easy release from Merewether Carlton. But again, this one gets a bit higher and a bit deeper.
Yeah, Mac Ray under it, though. Oh, juggles the ball. This could be dangerous. Ernst cleans up the scratch. Probably look to ruck it off the back here as Merewether Carlton get players to the breakdown. Hamilton coming through and Crichton from the back. Good safety first footy there by Blake Crichton, who's probably taken good options over the last few weeks, Jimmy.
Yeah, there's no doubt he's a class player. He's a wonder boy as a schoolboy. He made this about his country as a 9-year-old, then spent the last 5 years in America. He's come back and he's really grown into this spot. It's taken him a couple of weeks to find his feet, but he's certainly got his rhythm, it looks like, today.
Off the back there, Ferry passing it out now, and inside ball there.
Tim Walton.
Good short ball to Ackersdyke and met by the Merewether Carlton defence. Well, he makes metres though. Ackersdyke, who's playing in the second row today.
Lamont calling here on the left, and here he comes.
Here he comes, falling. Good knocked ball out there by Mac Ray, and that's good defence by the Merewether Carlton side.
They read that well. You could see Fallen. He was looming. He sort of his ears pricked up. He had a good 10 metres onto that, and he caught it just behind him, just as Mac Ray hit him. It was a good defence and a good read from Merewether Carlton. Looks like they've done their homework.
Yeah, definitely. If Vasaki Kikaku's going to be any trouble today, they need to get the ball to him early because he's a confidence player as well, I think, Jimmy.
Oh, he just needs that little bit of space. He's so big and so strong. Once he gets wound up, he's very hard to stop.
Yes, as Merewether Carlton with the scrum. Scrum's been in Merewether Carlton's favour so far, I'd imagine. You being the judge, Jimmy, as Hamilton turned one on that time. Good short ball there to Kent Atchwell, and he'll take the ball forward all day. Met solidly, though, by Hamilton. Ball back to Crichton. Crichton with a good searching kick. May go out on the full, though. The wind's here, and yes, it will. That's out on the full, and Blake Crichton putting a lot of pressure on his side here. Was Bacharach just losing his mind there at his side?
Just Genie's been up. He knows they need to get out of their funk, and they need to lift and pick up this intensity. Him and Mickey Gill just having a couple of words there, and Mick Gill penalised you like that.
Not a very good.
Not a smart option. Jason Keelan points to the stick straight away. It looks like he's confident enough to kick it as well, so his groin must be okay, you'd think.
Yeah, Fallen the backup kicker, I believe, and he's got a bit of a leg problem too.
Yeah, he had
stretching it now in back
pelvic bone, from what I understand.
What is that?
I don't know, but I don't want to put it that way. But yeah, Jason Keelan, given he's had so long out and given it isn't a groin issue, very surprised he's taking the kicks to goal, but he must feel confident in himself, which is the main thing.
Oh, really? The only other option there is Tills, though, for the Hamilton side. And let's be honest, he looks good kicking, but he's not much of a goal kicker, Jimmy.
Well, not on what we saw in that one game anyway, but he struck him okay, but you just tell he hadn't kicked much, certainly not in game situations, certainly not in first grade for Hamilton. Maybe he'd done quite a bit of kicking in his days for the Cookshill Brown Snakes, but this is a different level with a different sort of pressure.
Yeah, this is Keelan lining the ball up. The wind coming across the park a little bit, so probably look to hook it around here. Takes a step back. And he has absolutely struck that perfectly. The score now, Hamilton Hawks 3, Merewether Carlton 6. As the Merewether Carlton players get back to the halfway line, Hamilton Hawks with an extra spring in their step now, reducing that margin by 3.
Maybe just to lift that need. You could certainly see Pete Bacharach trying to urge his blokes on, trying to lift them.
Riley Smith with a good kick-off there. This will be pressure for Lamont as Kelso comes through and Lamont cleans up well. He's playing well here, Lamont, today. As Ferry at the back. Keelan calling for it, and Ferry charged down there. Yeah, Kelso comes up with the ball, and this is pressure here for the Hamilton Hawks as the Greens get in. Gill passes it off, and just a rush piece of play there to Pat Ireland, and that's a knock-on, taking the pressure off. Good defence there by the Hamilton Hawks, good line speed, and that'll be their scrum.
Yeah, it would have been better off taking that under his arm and just sticking his head down and recycling it. Just went to do shift one of those little passes that are so prevalent now, but probably the wrong time, wrong place.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to tuck that ball under your wing and forget about what the coach tells you. As the scrum now set, Hamilton dominating that last scrum there. Merewether guys just switching off, and this one's a little bit better for Merewether, and Kills controls it well the back. Keelan with the ball, and he'll look to punch it downfield, and Pat Ireland juggles it there. Knock back, says the referee, up to the 40-metre line. Ernst with the ball, little box kick over the top. Good searching kick there over the 20-metre line, turning the Hamilton Hawks around. Finds touch about 15 metres out, and that's a good kick there by the Merewether Carlton halfback.
Yeah, absolutely. And you watch Sean Rich go up, they'll really attack this ball. No doubt, so throw them in up at 2 and 4 and really try and put some pressure. If they can't steal it, at least force a slap down and their breakaways will pour through.
Oh, off the top, Merewether Carlton coming through. Ferry cleans up. He's in the ruck. They'll probably ruck this off the back here from the breakdown. Calling for the ball. Tills passing from the back. Plenty of pressure for Keelan as he makes a good kick of it to about the 40-metre line, 30 metres out. And he clears them out of danger there, the Hamilton 5'8".
Happy with that. Yeah, great return there for Jason Keelan. Yeah, he's really warming to the task.
Gill set to throw. Merewether playing. Oh, it's one against the steal there for Ackersdyke. Good jump there in the line. And Vassar Kikakaku with the ball now. He's dangerous. And he's brought down well there by Hatchwell. Sorry, Hetherington. Good little kick. There's no one at home. Coming through the Hamilton players. Riley Smith. Ben Harris. It's a foot race here. And Harris just missing out on the foot race. That was danger there for Merewether Carlton.
Yeah, great little piece of work there by Matt Ferry. He's really grown the last 2 weeks. There was some question marks about him a month ago. But geez, he's been good. He was good last week against Peaches, and he's good again today. Very decisive. He had a look up. Noticed there was no one at home for the Greens. He knocked it in behind. And Ben Harris, he was absolutely flying. It was only one more step, and he would have got there in front of Riley Smith, but Riley Smith got there just in time, cleaned up, and this will be a 5-metre scrum.
Yeah, talking to the Merewether Carlton players, they think Riley Smith's probably one of the fastest in the competition. Harris certainly no slouch either, so that should be a good little battle, even though they are on opposite wings, Jimmy.
Yeah, just looking at both Merewether Carlton wingers, they've both got their thighs heavily strapped, so I don't know if they're carrying any issues there, but certainly both of them have their right thighs heavily strapped.
Yes, and the Hamilton with a set play here. They're bunched up. Look for them to spread on the sweep here. And that's a collapsed scrum there.
Just went down in the front row there, so a lot of pressure coming from both sides here. Hamilton looked to set a good platform here. The first instinct there looked like Gareth Tills was looking to pass the ball rather than hit the blind side or take it from himself and looking for that next phase.
Yeah, look for Fallen maybe coming around Walton off Keelan. Fallen damaging straight runner, as we saw last week before he was taken off the field. Merewether Carlton going to have to be on their game here if they're going to defend this set play off the scrum. Ball fed in well. This is a better scrum. Ferry comes around the back. Tills from the back. Not a very good ball as Keelan takes the ball in about 5 metres out.
It was a good scrum from Merewether Carlton. They just had that late shove and put the timing off for the Hawks.
Yeah, good short ball to Ackersdyke. Good short ball. Sorry, Jimmy Garner, for cutting you off there. Rada's unmarked on the wing out there. And it's a good little try for Ferry. Good little halfback try as he scoots through, sniping around. Poor defence there by the Merewether Carlton side. And that's a try. First try of the match to the Hamilton Hawks.
Yeah, they were worried about the men on the outside, Merewether Carlton. They're all fanning out. The man you've got to worry about is the man with the ball. He's the most important. He had a look to his left, Ferry. He had a little half step, and then he said, there's a bit of daylight here. I'm going to stick my head through. Not only get his head through, he got his torso and the ball through, and it was a great little try.
Yeah, good little halfback sniping try there as he ducks under a couple. As we go to the replay, as you see, take it into good contact there, Ackersdyke. Ferry, heaps of time, under one. That's poor defence there at the breakdown.
He just went too quick. He took that quick step. He was looking at the man running with the ball rather than the man with the ball, and he just stuck under that tackle, swiveled his way through, and this should be an easy conversion too for Jason Keelan to put the Hawks in front after about 21 minutes.
Yes, 8-6 with a kick to come here. Merewether Carlton running into this breeze, which again has picked up, I believe. Hamilton huddled in the middle there, just going through the game plan, and that's a good kick there, and he makes no question of that one, Keelan. The score now, 10-6 to Hamilton. Hamilton 10, Merewether 6. And this is a quick kickoff there, catching them off guard. Will it go 10? Yes, it does. Good take there by Kelso. Merewether Carlton winning the ball, but Hamilton coming over. Maybe losing their feet a little there. Maybe not, as Barlow calling for it. Takes it forward, Barlow. He's strong in attack, Barlow. Good run there by Barlow. As Ernst passed the ball off. Good pass there to Burke from Frost. Comes around. Probably going to take it into contact, and he does. Ernst to Crichton. Crichton now to Hatchwell. Hatchwell to Smith. Smith with a bit of pace here. Comes in field. Taken well by Rada, though, and Hatchwell cleaning out.
They've stepped up the aggression in Merewether Carlton.
Oh, Ernst with a half little break, but taking him there, Rata, who holds him up, but Ernst still going. They're going to have to ruck it from the back, and Burke takes the ball up, probably a little bit too high as he charges forward.
Ferry's
Good defence there.
Can he hold him up?
By the Hamilton Hawks, has to roll away. Crichton with the ball, little step inside, takes the ball in, no options. A little bit flat here, the Merewether side. As Hamilton with good line speed, Barlow with the ball. Good run forward there by Barlow, and Merewether Carlton players have to get there, but Hamilton not committing. Ward with the ball, a little bit high there.
They just need to reload here, Merewether Carlton, get organised, let their forwards truck it up.
Yeah, sure good run by Burke. Good run by Burke, but Hamilton nearly stealing the ball there, but cleaned out at the end there, at the death. Good little step there by Gill. Gill with players on the inside, good. A Chorridge ducks under one. Tackled about 5 metres out here.
The numbers on the left here, the Carlton.
Big numbers here, Mac Ray taken there. Will hold the ball up, Mac Ray. And Hamilton players diving over. Chris Ward cleans up at the back.
Urgency by Ward.
Merewether Carlton players lined up to the right. It's on the blind side, and that's a penalty there to the Merewether Carlton side. A little bit unlucky for the Hawks.
Yeah, I think a little bit lucky they've fallen to stay on here. That was certainly a professional foul. But unless it looks like they might come away with it with 3 points at least, Merewether Carlton. Great little bit of enterprise there. Chris Ward, the ball was out the back. He busted a gut to get there and secure possession. I still think they had numbers on the left, but they just went back on the inside. In the end, it was pretty good scrambling from Hamilton. They were content to give away 3 rather than give up 7.
Yeah, definitely a kick to come right in front here. As we go back and have a look at it. Ernst at the back, good long ball, and just taken into contact there by Ray as Chris Ward comes in. Desperation. And as we look, yeah, definitely a professional foul there by the Hamilton side. Not a sin-binning offence, though, this early on in the game anyway, judging by what you've seen over the last couple of weeks in the semi-finals, as Crichton makes that one successful. And the score now 9, Merewether, Hamilton 10.
Yeah, it's been a good start by both teams, haven't they? When they've got down the opposition's end, they've looked really confident. They've looked very close to breaking, but tribute to the defence. Everything's held pretty strong. Just that one little try to Matt Ferry's been the difference.
Oh, good take there by Rich as Rada was coming through, and both contested the ball, and Ernst to the back. Good little box kick there by Ernst as the ball come. Oh, foot on the sideline there, maybe.
He put a foot on the sideline there for sure, but
I don't know
Gilbert's
about
missed that. I think he missed a bit yesterday, but he certainly missed that as well.
Yes, Gilbert certainly not up with the play then. Hamilton lucky there as Ferry passes the ball out. Keelan with a long ball now. Vasakikako passes the ball out at Harris with the ball. He's got a bit of pace. Showed the sideline by Kelso. Good tackle there by Kelso.
Still on here for Hamilton.
Vasakikako takes the ball into contact. That's a good surging run by Vasakikako. Ball at the back. Ferry searching with Bakarich. He'll take the ball forward all day, Bakarich.
Yeah, not the biggest front rower in the world, but certainly with one of the highest work ethics.
Ball passed out wide there to Keelan. Ackersdyke. Oh, that's a poor Pussy. Pussy punts to Rata. Rata's got Crichton to beat. Raton's got pace, and he's over. That's a good try there to Rata, and good opportunistic play there by the Hamilton Hawks, seeing they were short and making the most of it, Jimmy.
Yeah, I thought it was going to break down when it got to Chris Pussy, but he showed he's got a fair bit of skill, the big fella. He pumped those legs over 5 metres and found the ball to Ratu in plenty of time. He had a lot to do, Ratu. Blake Crichton came across. He's a strong defender, but he was just so strong in the core. He gave him the hip, and basically that was strong enough, and then he just swiveled out of it and crossed for a good try.
Yes, this is a cracking game of rugby here as we go back to the replay now. And as we see, the Merewether Carlton side just losing numbers as the ball comes out to Rata. It's a bit of a foot race and bumps him off there, Crichton.
Yeah, just
no trouble
strength
in the world.
Great strength there from Ratu. He's been a real find. He's only sort of come into it last month or so. He's come down from Queensland Country, from Mackay. Played for Queensland Country, so he's obviously got a bit of pedigree. But he's only really found his niche in this Hamilton backline. They tried him at inside centre. They tried him at, I think they tried him at halfback at one point. But he certainly found his spot there on the wing, and that was a good, powerful finish.
Yes, and as Keelan lines up, he's probably about 2 metres in from touch. It's his most difficult kick of the day here. As the crowd absolutely loving this game of football, the wind and the clouds coming over a little bit more, a little bit thicker, and we might get rain in this second half. Of course, coming live today for Bar TV and, of course, on the Newcastle Herald, the home of rugby union in Newcastle, as Keelan steps in to take the kick, hits it well, and he has absolutely nailed that one. Hamilton making the most of this wind.
To retake the lead.
And the score now 17-9 in favour of the Hamilton Hawks. Good kick there by Smith through. Tills cleans it up well. Oh, that's a wayward pass there to Keelan, but Keelan still with plenty of time. Ernst on the sideline. He's kicked that over the sideline there. Merewether Carlton not risking it, but rather going for the line out, keeping it safe. They were playing that hurry-up type football at the start here, Merewether Carlton, but the game slowed down a little bit now.
Yeah, it's been pretty physical, so not surprising. 30 minutes gone. Both teams really starting to get into the grind. They go along with this line out.
Oh, maybe a little bit to the right there by Gill, but Delbo says it's fine.
Yeah, they had to pull that in with one hand, didn't he, Pat Island? But they've done well here. They've splintered this Merewether Carlton.
Yeah,
now they're driving forward.
Good maul here, taking it forward. This is good yards by the Merewether Carlton side. As Ernst at the back, just directing it around. Mac Ray still on his
coming
feet.
to the blind, but no, they've picked it up
Still
and
on
started
his
again.
Ernst with the ball. That's all kicked to the other side there, but Hamilton players there in numbers and falling with the ball. Going to have a big bomb here as he comes through. Crichton, plenty of time on about the 40-metre line. Will counter, and he does. Gets through a couple there. Merewether Carlton going to have to bridge here, and they do well. Ernst jinking around, setting up for Sean Rich, but losing metres here, the Merewether Carlton side, on about the 40 metres now. Yeah,
good swarming defence from Hamilton there. They're really up for this one.
Probably will look to kick. No, they take it in, and that's a good run there by Ireland, wearing the headgear today. Good ball out to Barlow, and Barlow had a supporter outside him, but doesn't use him, taken to the ground. Hamilton players saying release the ball, coming through well, and that's a good option there by Ernst, kicking it from the back. And it may go out in the full, and it does. The wind just taking it over the sideline there as Rata leaves it. And the ball coming to about the Merewether Carlton 40-metre line, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's at a very interesting point in the match, this one, isn't it? Both teams just throwing a bit at each other. Both, at this point, staying nice and strong, trying to lift the ante as Ferry. He'll find Keelan on his chest, and they send it wide to back.
That's a kick at Kaku, Jimmy's.
We'll get his name right by the end of the season, perhaps.
There's the ball at the back with Ferry. Ferry now passing it to Ackersdyke. He's been strong today. Ackersdyke gets the ball back. Ferry punches it down the back there. Crichton covering well. Plenty of time. Not much chase on it. Gets the ball downfield. Good kick there over the head of the fullback. No, sorry, Keelan back there. Now to Fallen. Now to Rata. Good counter here. Spreading the ball wide. Using the width of the field there. Merewether Carlton getting there in numbers.
They've just hung on there.
Ball out the side there, and good little ball there to Tills from Backerich. Good hands by the front row, and good hit there by Ward as he takes down Gareth Tills. He'll fill that one, Tills.
Yeah, just getting reset here, Hamilton. Merewether Carlton up very quick. Mac Ray. Chris Pusey doesn't get any room to move, but he's got such strong legs. He breaks through that first tackle, but knocks it on.
Yeah, ripped out there by Mac Ray. Good play there by Ray. As we've had about 30 minutes gone here for Bar TV. And this is an absolutely frenetic game of rugby, Jimmy.
Both teams starting to just take a couple of deep breaths here. Looks like Mick Burke is certainly feeling the...
he does have an ankle problem coming into the game. Burke is kind of why he missed out on a fair few games this year. And, of course, those old hamstrings that he has as well aren't what they used to be when he did captain the University Rugby League side to quite a few grand finals.
There you go. That's news to me, mate. But, yeah, I think this is more an opportunity for his team to take a deep breath, take stock. Crucial period, the 10 minutes leading up to half time. Both teams have really tested each other here. There's not much in this game at all. There's been some good defence. There's been a couple of half breaks, a couple of opportunist tries, and a little bit of ill discipline. So it's had a little bit of everything. But yeah, it's at a knife's edge, this one.
Yeah, 8 points of difference. Merewether Carlton coming into half time won't be too disappointed with this breeze. As you said, it's probably about a 5-point breeze or one try breeze. So Merewether Carlton now grouping up backs and forwards. Just the forwards probably need to lift a little bit, probably need to be a bit more physical in defence. Hamilton players, the Hamilton forwards, are really meeting this Merewether Carlton side in defence today.
I mean, Chris Ward's pulled up a couple of big shots, but he needs some help. He can't be the only enforcer. He needs Pat Island there. He's one that's normally really strong. He needs him to help him out. And Mitch Frost too. They've got some guys there that can pull off a couple of big shots. They can't just leave everything to Chris Ward in terms of the aggression factor.
Yeah, he's certainly been the standout player in the last couple of weeks. Ward for the Merewether Carlton side. As the packs come, they've been about even, these scrums today. It's picked up from the back by Ray. Ray goes blind. He's got Smith on the outside as Ray makes a little break. Comes in sealed. He's got Smith calling for it on the outside, but goes to ground, and that's a good clean out there. Merewether Carlton with numbers, but Ernst goes the blind side to Ward, and Ward taking the ball into Rada. Good run there by Ward, and he's still going. He's held his feet in the Merewether Carlton side and made a maul.
Needs to get to ground. There's 3 Hamilton Blakes around him. Looks like they've got hold of the ball. He's trying to get to ground, but they keep edging it forward.
Yeah,
the maul. See how long Delbo puts up with this.
The maul moving forward, and he's gone to ground now with the ball coming to the back. No, that's a scrum there to Hamilton, and Delbo quick to blow the whistle there, and that's good defence by the Hamilton Hawks side in that attacking situation.
Yeah, Joe Ackersdyke ends up with a man with his hands on the ball. Yeah, it looked like Ward was away there. He beat 2 tackles and he got through 3, but he just got caught a little bit high, and it gave an opportunity for the Hamilton Blades to swarm him and get their hands around the ball. And once that happened, it was only going to be one thing, and that was going to be pulled up for collapsing the maul. And of course, Hamilton take the feed here as Merewether Carlton took that ball in but couldn't get it out.
Yeah, that's probably one of Ward's only faults. I think he sometimes does take that ball into contact a little bit too high and always looking to beat the first man. Sometimes maybe the best situation would be to take the ball in and take the tackle and set up, because it was a good piece of attacking play as Smith comes back, hugging that sideline. Crichton ordering his players around from the back, and Keelan there. Oh, good run there by the Hamilton Hawks. Walton taking it forward, catching the Merewether Carlton side a little bit off guard as the ball goes back to Keelan, and Keelan boots the ball downfield with a breeze to his back, and that's a good, strong clearing kick as Smith looks to throw the ball in, but Crichton tells him to throw the ball away as we'll go for another line out here.
Yeah, smart play there from Hamilton. They did the hard yards. The winger came in, he trucked it up, gave Jason Keelan a little bit of time, a little bit of space, and he made good purchase with that clearing kick.
Yes, Gill with the ball, looking to throw the ball in, and they've lost the ball there, and Maxwell at the back. That's a good charging run by Maxwell over the halfway line. That's old school Maxwell, Jimmy.
They call him Chopper, and he chopped down a couple there, didn't he? He went straight over the top of that defender, and now this is an opportunity for the Hawks on the right. They've got a good platform, but a bit slow for the ball to come out.
Yeah, Keelan with the ball now, behind the back there to Fallen with Harris on his outside. Harris with heaps of space on that sideline, kicks the ball in field there.
Here's Keelan. This is
and
a try
Keelan's
for
in.
money.
This could be a try. This is a try, and that's a good kick in field by Harris, and that's a try to the Hamilton Hawks.
Yeah, great set play there from the Hawks. It does look like the referee's going to have a quick word to his touch judge before he awards this one. But yeah, great set play. It was a swooping play. Fallen came in from the left, and once it got to Ben Harris, he had plenty of toe. He couldn't quite get past the winger, but he was smart enough to kick on the inside.
As the Merewether Carlton player break, Crichton taking the ball out. He's not having anything in this try. He's adamant.
He's going to get a penalty here.
He's adamant it's a penalty. And it is a penalty, and that's been reversed, and that's the second time this weekend. A try has been reversed, and a bit of push and shove in the background with Tilson Kelso. But Crichton, I'm not even sure what that was for as we take over the replay. It might be a little bit of forward pass.
Keelan gets the ball.
Maybe a shepherd. Maybe an
Shifting
obstruction.
right.
Shepherd for sheep.
Yeah, it looks like they've potentially taken out Aiden Kelso, but geez, the ball was gone for mine.
Yeah, that's very unlucky there for the Hamilton Hawks. I would have called that one a try. As all wrestle in the line out there, and that's a little short arm penalty there for the Merewether Carlton side, and Hamilton still disappointed off that play as Ernst takes a tap and taken forward there by Barlow. Barlow standing, and that's good defence again by the Hawks. Just creeping forward there now. This could be a penalty as Rich ducks under one. Good run there by Rich. Calls for offside as Kelso gets around one. He's held up though by Bakarich, who he's been a good performer here today too, Bakarich.
Yeah, always gets through a ton of work. He's always on the ball. Yeah, just got to ground there just in time. Merewether Carlton, they'll get this scrum feed. And this is a chance for them to have a dib at the Hamilton defence.
Yeah, not rolling away there, Merewether Carlton. The Hamilton Hawks. Merewether Carlton with the scrum. Mick Gill talking to his troops. There's only about 3 minutes left in this half, with maybe a little bit of added injury time. Not much though.
Yeah,
Greens really probably want to score off this.
Yeah, they don't look like they've got a set play here at this point. It looks like it's, although they have the inside men, the two inside centres and the fullback nicely in a little bunch, so there might be a little bit of a decoy runner or certainly a play around the back.
Yeah, well, I think the little short man play to Kelso might be on here. It works well for them, and it's worked well in the past couple of weeks. Is Crichton with the ball. Short ball to Hatch on. He's absolutely cleaned out by Tim Walton, and that's the hit of the semi-finals, Jimmy.
Mate, there's not much of Tim Walton, but he used every bit of it there. Merewether Carlton a chance to go again, though.
Smith with the ball, gets around Ratu and taken to ground. Well played there by Smith, keeping in, and Hamilton kicked the ball out. through Ferry.
Geez, that was a magnificent tackle.
Oh, that's an absolute bell ringer, Jimmy, and I felt that up here, mate.
Yeah, Timmy Walton, he's got a bit of pedigree, Timmy. There's not much of him, but he's played New South Wales country a couple of times. But Merewether Carlton start quickly here. They want to get on with it.
Oh, and taken in the line out there, Sean Rich, and this will be a penalty. I'm not sure that they'll go for goal. They'll probably go for the line here, Merewether Carlton.
I think we'll see this tackle here now. He just hits him. Good timing. He just got the ball Hetchwell. He only taken one step and whack. He got hit from the right with the right shoulder of Timmy Walton. He went straight to ground.
He'll be thanking Blake Crichton for that one later on. As the ball kicked about 10 metres out here, Merewether Carlton have been pretty dangerous with this maul so far in this game and so far in this semi-final series.
Most important thing is they've got to get this line out right. The last one they lost. This one, no problem.
Off the
Sean
top,
Rich.
that's a surprise. And Crichton with the ball, flat ball there.
Pat Island,
good run there, and most improved player in the competition awarded on Wednesday night, Pat Island. Not always one you tell your parents about, as McRae takes the ball forward. Good run there.
It means you were very bad initially, or you've certainly come on. I think it's a case for him that he's come on because he was in the rep program earlier in the year, so he's certainly got some game about him.
Yeah, Nash takes it into the tackle there over the far side of the field. And Barlow misses out as McRae takes it forward. He's been strong this game, Ray, as he holds the ball up. This might be a turnover, though.
Yeah, just met a wall there, didn't he?
As the Merewether Carlton players digging for it. Ernst has it. Good play there by Ernst as he takes the ball in, gets through the other side. This will be a bit of a rucking play here, I'd imagine.
Here on the right,
they go blindside, and Gill with a short ball. And yes, that's a try to Pat Island. Good little deft hands by Mick Gill, as he's known for. Can play a ball-playing role, and that's a good try. Good scoring try by Merewether Carlton.
Yeah, great response from the Greens. It was right. Riley Smith on the right was screaming for the ball. He had his hand up. I think the Hawks might have thought it was going there as well, but no, it was Mick Gill. He has such a good sleight of hand. He played lots of rugby league in those playmaker positions, and that shows when he gets in heavy traffic. That's where he's at his best.
Yeah, because he can play that tough game as well. So the Hamilton Hawks not really know. It's a good little pass by Crichton. Good. That's just good draw and pass play.
Yeah, just what they needed right on half time. Hamilton would have been happy going with that 8-point lead, but now you think Merewether will be the ones that go to the break with their tails up and think they've probably got the better of it.
Yeah, 17-14 here with a kick to come as Crichton lines it up. It's been a good, open, free-flowing half of rugby, this one. That's for sure. As Crichton steps around the corner. He got one from a similar position early in the half here as he takes a deep breath in. Ball kick struck pretty well, and hits the post. Unlucky to the Merewether Carlton side as he flings the ball away. Rob Delbo calls half-time. And the score here, 17 Hamilton, Merewether 14. It's been a great half of rugby here for Bar TV and the Newcastle Herald, the home of grassroots sports. And with me, we are lucky to have at half-time is Jeremy Tills, of course. Super 15, 16, what is it now?
We just call it Super Rugby now. It's always changing.
Yeah, fair enough. And good season you had. Obviously, your brother out here playing today.
Yeah. Gareth's running around for the Hawks. He's going well. They're looking pretty good.
Yeah, looking pretty good. I used to live next to Gareth, a few wild parties, and I mean, I've read a few stories about you with the boat. Can you talk me through that?
I don't think I'll go into much detail on that, but
can you get me on it?
I'd love to have you on the boat for sure.
Yeah, nice one. And what's the score for next year? You guys, when do you guys go back into pre-season training?
Yeah, we'll go back into pre-season training in December. We've got it's a much shorter pre-season this year because of this new comp, NRC, so the National Rugby Comp. So I'm playing the Sydney Stars at the moment, and that will go through to another 6 weeks.
And how are you guys going in the competition so far?
Yeah, we've got a young side. It's Sydney Uni combined with Balmain Rugby, so they're a subbies comp, and obviously we're a club team as well. So we've got a couple of TARS players playing for us, Pat McCutcheon, Paddy Ryan, myself running around, and the rest of us are sort of club players stepping up, but we haven't got a win yet, so we're looking for it next week.
That's all right. And Balmain, the club with all the cash and subbies, so you must be on an absolute monster.
Absolutely not. It's all free of charge. Just love the game.
Yeah, nice one. And so how is that competition going anyway? It's been pretty good. I've watched a couple of games on on Fox. It's good, enterprising, free-flowing rugby. How do you find that being a front rower?
Yeah, as a front rower, it's tough. It's quick. It's they've really sped the game up. It's entertaining to watch as well. And for me, running around, you can you're either scrummaging, lifting in the line out, or you're running quick tap. So it's you got to get fit.
Yes, and is it Sydney Uni you play for?
It's Sydney Stars. So it's,
in the Shoot Shield normally.
yeah, Shoot Shield. I play Sydney Uni. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And your old coach Todd Loudon going to the Rebels. No call up there, or are you going to stay strong with the Waratahs?
We'll see how we go. No, I'll most likely stay strong, but yeah, offers are always welcome.
Yeah, of course. And thanks very much for coming at half-time for the chat, Jeremy. We really appreciate it. We're live here for Bar TV, the home of grassroots sports. Anything else you want to add?
Go the Hawks.
Ooh, well, I'm a Greens man, so I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one, mate. And how do you think the Hawks can come back in this second half, and how do you think the Greens can sort of counter that?
Yeah, well, the Hawks are a big side. They've got a bit of size about them. So if they can hold the fitness together and actually keep steamrolling the Greens. Greens got great skill out wide. You can see their backline players are going really well. But basically, the big guys for the Hawks have just got to step up and get that goal go forward.
Yes. And, of course, your brother is the backup halfback for the Hamilton Hawks. Are you looking forward to see that come into fruition later on, maybe?
Yeah, well, I've actually noticed they've actually got an extra man straight off the scrum. He takes it straight off the scrum, a quick pass off the deck. So gives him an extra man out wide. They just got to utilise that, get that hands going, use that extra man. So, yeah, if he gets back into halfback, we'll see how he goes. He's had a few stray passes, but he's going all right.
And a goal kicker as well. Is that something that you guys practiced in the backyard out at Maitland when you were growing up?
Oh, we did build our own little goalpost, set them up in the paddock, and had a few shots at goal.
Yeah, nice one. I guess the wind coming over now, and the sky's probably going to rain in this second half. How do you think that's going to go for the guys?
Well, hopefully it does, because the Hawks guys just pick and go all day, and they just run over the top of these little green guys.
Oh, the little green guys, the little boys. They have got a very young side, the Merewether side, and they are playing above expectations at the moment. The Hamilton Hawks side, with all the experience, I'm going to ask you one more time, who do you really think is going to win this?
Oh, definitely the Hawks.
One more time.
It's not changing.
Nice. Thanks for stopping by, Jeremy, and all the best with next year and all the best with the rest of the NRC, mate.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me.
No worries.
Dropped 5 degrees.
No worries. Jeremy Tills, everybody who's watching at home live for Bar TV, and of course the Newcastle Herald, Bar TV coming at you in your pubs and clubs, streaming live all over the world. So if you're listening in, wherever you are, in Mauritius, big shout out to Pete Ryan over there who's living it up.
Mate, if you're
Living up in Mauritius, Pete Ryan, give me another text and let me see, let me hear how you think this game's going. And how do you think the game's going, Jimmy?
Well, I think it's on a knife's edge. I think both camps to be relatively confident. Both camps to be relatively happy with what they've done in the first half. There's really very little between, as the scoreline suggests. Obviously, the first score in the second half will be crucial. Merewether Carlton, they have finished very strong the last couple of games. They're a team that they're never out of it. When you think you've got the foot on the throat, they somehow get out of it. So I'd just probably lean towards them, given they got the wind in the second half, and Blake Crichton has got a fairly good boot on him. But yeah, this could be anyone's. I'm certainly not confident with every way I tip. What do you reckon Michael Dan would be saying to Merewether Carlton at this point in time?
I think Michael Dan's a very structured person, so he's a big believer of if you keep your structure in this competition, you win football games. I don't think the Hamilton Hawks have made any changes this half, but they had a big huddle there and they look set to come out firing and dominate in this forward pack. They've been pretty brutal in defence so far, the Hamilton Hawks side.
I think that's where they've got to take the game to, and they've really got to go through the forwards. They need Chris Pusey hitting it up nice and close to the ruck. Then he needs Pete Maxwell. He needs those bigger boys. Gareth Tills, he sort of does most of his stuff off second and third phase. Yeah, but they need to they need to start playing like the men with the size that they are. They need to start using that size to their advantage and really trying to put a dent up front in this Merewether Carlton side.
Yeah, and Michael Burke probably will come off in about 10-15 minutes. So that, again, changes the whole dynamic of this game. We saw last week when he came off, the Merewether scrum got absolutely pushed around. How do you think they can counter that, Jimmy?
Well, I guess we've got to see what happens first. Mick Burke won't. I certainly won't put his hand up to come off. I wouldn't think he'll go as long as he can. But yeah, there's going to be plenty of twists and turns in this next 40 minutes. I just hope it's as good as the first half.
And that's a decent kick there by Keelan as Ernst with plenty of time and hoofs the ball downfield to about the 40-metre line, just over 40-metre line in between that and halfway there. And they're all calling. Everyone's keen in this second half, and we're off to a good start. Lamont with the ball.
Yeah, 5-man line out here. The Hawks look to hit it up in the midfield.
Oh, good win there as the ball comes out to Ferry. Keelan with the ball. Short ball to Pusey, and Pusey takes it forward, and that's a good run there by
That's exactly
Pusey.
what we said, isn't it? That's what we want to see him doing. That's when he's most dangerous, when he's trucking it up with a bit of momentum.
Yeah, ball to Keelan, not really expecting it there as the forwards run through. About 45 out the Hawks and go the blind side to Rata, and Rata, he's been damaging this game, Rata. Best I've seen him play so far.
Yeah, look for him to come looking for the ball, I'd suggest, as these Merewether Carlton forwards get tired.
Oh, good tackle there by Ward. Coming forward. Hawks on about 40 metres here. And that's a penalty. First penalty of the half. Rob Delbo, Merewether Carlton players just not moving away there. And they'll kick this deep down into the Merewether Carlton defensive zone.
Yeah, Stephen Lamont there just asking Jason Kinley if he can get the distance. 40 metres out, only 5 metres in. Certainly a difficult one into this wind. I don't think Jason Kinley was too confident, but he's agreed with his captain. This will be a real tester of his range.
Yeah, the corner post with the flags, you can see they've dropped off a little bit in this second half. Of course, we are live with Bar TV, and of course on the Newcastle Herald, Jimmy Garner, the chief Herald writer, writing Monday, Thursday and Saturday, and of course blogging on Friday.
Yeah, for all
what are you going to write about tomorrow?
Well, mate, depends who wins this. Certainly, if Merewether Carlton get through, won't it be a mouth-watering game in the preliminary final next week? The old rivals, Merewether Carlton versus Wanderers. Of course, there's a fair bit of history between Hamilton and Wanderers as well. So a bit of an upset yesterday, Wanderers getting beat. There'll be all the wrap-up of that and how our Southern Butchers will approach their next 2 weeks leading into the grand final in tomorrow's Herald, as well as, of course, the comprehensive report and the fallout from this one.
Yes, and of course, if you're listening out there, you can tweet us at Gareth Wozick or at James Gardner 42 for all your live action here for Bar TV
It's hard
Sports.
to believe there's 42 people with James Gardner's name in on the Twitter sphere, isn't it?
Is there 42?
Not quite. There was at least two. And then my former old favourite NBA player, James Worthy, wore number 42. So that was it for me.
And the kick out there by Kelso, that really didn't have the legs there, that kick kicking into the breeze.
As we expected, that one fell about 10 metres short there from Jason Kinlan. But again, Hamilton get their hands on the ball here with a decent position to launch an attack 40 metres out.
Yeah, not much of a gap there in that line-out as Sean Rich comes up, and that's maybe a knock on there. No, Delbo says play on. Ball out to Keelan. Keelan, short ball to Pussy, comes around. Good long ball to Vasaki with space, and over to Rata, comes to the 40-metre line, taken down by the Merewether Carlton side.
Yeah, just the timing was a little bit off there. The pass was just behind the man rather than in front.
Oh, go the short blind there. The Hamilton Hawks, and picked up well by Lamont.
Yeah, I think it was either Fallen or Keelan there, just on the short side. Ball went to ground, little knock on. It looks like we're going to have a change here from Merewether Carlton. James Snedden looks like he's coming on, so maybe Mick Burke is no good with that ankle.
Yeah, Michael Burke, I think he's not happy about it either. Burke, he storms off the sideline as Snedden comes on. Played pretty well in reserve grade. Snedden, second grade, we say in rugby union. As Snedden comes on, and this is going to change the whole dynamic of this scrum set piece.
Yeah, it probably gives him a bit more mobility and a bit more with the ball in his hand, James Snedden. But, yeah, he's probably 15 kilo lighter than Mick Burke, so they'll take a fair bit of oomph out of their loose head side.
He's had a good game, though, Burke, as the scrums get set over the far side at the top of your screen. Ferry to feed the ball. The Hawks players set deep. Look to get bodies in motion as Tills picks it off the back there to Ferry. Short ball, Keelan. Long ball to Rata, around his ankles.
Great
Good pick up there. Flick ball. Oh. And that's not the ball they wanted. And
that's the millionaire stuff. The millionaire stuff their coach wasn't happy about midweek. So I think the message will be go out. Let's play a little bit straighter, a little bit more direct. Let's not try that miracle stuff first phase. We've got plenty of time to score points here. I mean, particularly into the wind.
All seriousness, though, Fallen had every right to catch that ball.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting it. I think
had a big look at the sunlight and maybe thought he was over already.
Yeah, it looked like Ratu's, that one sort of came out the side door from him. I didn't think it Fallen probably expected him to pass it. Maybe he thought he was going to tuck it under his arm. So maybe a little breakdown of communication there.
Merewether Carlton set deep. Probably look for Hatchwell to hit this one up. Good ball there to Crichton, and Crichton puts up the bombers. Hatchwell comes through, plenty of pressure on Fallen. He takes it nicely, tries to get around one, but Merewether Carlton there through Nash, and good defence there as the Hamilton players come back around.
Yeah, no one at home here on the right for Merewether Carlton.
Yeah, Lamont takes it. Vasakikagaku taken by about 3 defenders, dragging him with them. Ferry from the back here. Look. Oh, good ball there from Ratu now. Ball forward kick there. Crichton in good position. Dances around, gets around one. Palms him off. Niles, a bit of space here. Crichton has a bit of space and beats him on the outside. 1 to beat. Ball on the inside. And Nash taken down. That's a good covering tackle there by the Hamilton Hawks in desperation.
Yeah, a little bit of concern there for Jason Keelan. He looked like he wanted to go and he couldn't. Maybe that groin's starting to play up once it cooled down at half time. But the Hawks.
Oh, the Hawks here with a slip up.
There's a bit of
Riley
trouble
Smith
here.
coming
through the greens.
And will he take the ball off him? No, that's going to be a 5-metre scrum here. Or has he called a 22? 5-metre scrum.
Yeah, momentum change of that one. Looked like they'd done well there, Hamilton. They cleaned up, but then they tried to play quickly and it went to the right and the ball just went behind, and it was great work there by Corey Nash. He was up on his man and he virtually forced him to ground it.
Yes, as we go back to the replay, we see...
I think if we can have a look at Jason Keelan here, it looked like he went to run to make a cover defence but couldn't, end up pointing his fullback to the man. So he just
couldn't
can't
quite
go
get there, can he? That's a good little ankle tap, though. Saving a gift 5 points there for the Merewether Carlton side. Good defence by Hamilton Hawks. Good desperation. They didn't show that last week.
Got a big blind side here for Merewether Carlton.
Yes, and Mac Ray scheming at the back. Passes off to Ernst, and good quick thinking there, and Kelso comes through. Taken there well by the breakaways, and Keelan held up here as they take the ball forward through Mac Ray. Ball in a ruck now. Ernst at the back. Mick Gill calling for it. Has Crichton come around? Oh, and that's a big hit there by Harris. That is a great hit by Crichton, and Chris Ward takes the ball forward.
Yeah, they're still not out of trouble here, Hamilton. Merewether Carlton reloading. They need to keep their composure. Set it again.
Barlow comes through. Barlow comes through, but he will be held up, I think. Yes, he will. Too high there, Barlow, and probably could have scooted under that one, but just taken there by the Hamilton.
From Benny Harris. He's not known for his defence, but yeah, that was a perler.
Absolute bell ringer, the second for the match. As we go back here for the replay, Crichton just getting the ball off Gill, trying to get through the gap, and Harris saw it coming, comes off his wing, and Bushka hits him in flush on the spot. Yeah, as Merewether Carlton with another change.
Dre Strawn coming on for, looks like Jaden Hetherington, so we'll see a reshuffle here.
Yeah, I think Strawn will stay in the centres, and Hetherington hasn't really been in this match this game. Hasn't really had much opportunity, so I don't know if there's a problem there. He's clutching at his back.
Yeah, it looks like from attack, Crichton at 5'8". Looks like Strawn's going to line up at fullback. Aidan Kelso's going to inside centre, just from this scrum anyway. Surely may not necessarily stay that way. Looks like they've got something on here. Maybe working something for the blind side.
Yeah, maybe another one of these short little inside plays as well off Crichton. Close to the line. Strawn very hard to take that. Good scrum by the Hawks for sure. Good little run, though, by Ernst from the back. Merewether Carlton forwards get around. Crowd silent in anticipation as the ball popped up there to Barlow. Ball at the back there. Hamilton coming through, rucking. Taken out there by Maxwell to Gill. Gill calling for the ball. Setting. Taking the ball forward there, Pat Island.
Yeah, good swarm.
Driven back there by Hamilton. Gill calling for the ball. Gill, passes it. Didn't really need that. Probably should have taken it in. Putting Mac Ray under pressure there, Mick Gill. And Merewether Carlton losing about 15 metres. Ernst dancing around. No options here. Merewether Carlton looking very disorganised in their own red zone. As good run there by Barlow, getting it over the advantage line.
Looks like Jay Strawn just sneaking into halfback here. He'll have a look, see if he can find a lazy defender, but they're lined on the left here. Kelso looking for the ball.
Yeah, pass by Strawn to Kelso, dancing around there, taken well by Keelan, though. As the ball at the back, Ernst getting there to Sean Rich. Sean Rich taking it forward, ducking under. Been safe as houses today. Sean Rich as Gill calling for the ball. will take the ball into defence, though. Good defence by Hamilton, rushing up on the Merewether Carlton side. No one getting their ball at the back. Chris Ward taking it forward. Good run there by Ward, breaking the line.
Yeah, they've gone about 10 phases here, Merewether Carlton. They made it about 5 metres. They're showing nice and
Strawn
patient.
takes the ball forward. Getting dumped on his head there. There's the ball coming out the back. Crichton, all good defence. Gets around one there. Taken down. Going to have to get around. Merewether Carlton players looking a little bit tired here. There's Gill calling for the ball. Snedden gets it, takes it in. Good little run there.
He's big Eric. He's got his hands on the ball here. Snedden went in a bit high. They're holding this up.
Yes, holding up.
Great defence.
Good defence as the Merewether Carlton players come through on it. This could be a turnover, though. No, it's not. Ball at the back there. Delbo calls the ball. The ball was out, but probably the best decision there by Delbo.
Yeah, no doubts. He went in pretty high there, James Snedden. And I think it was Eric Kikakauku that certainly got his arms around the ball, held him up. The Hamilton players came and saw him, and they were just biding for time, waiting for Rob Delbo to blow his whistle. Good passage of defence there from Hamilton. They went from one side to the other, Merewether Carlton. They showed composure, but they just couldn't find a hole.
Yeah, Maxwell down here, I believe it's Maxwell. And both teams will get a bit of a breather. Hamilton Hawks there really swarming the Merewether Carlton players. Good desperation defence there.
Just good communication. There was a wall. It was just a big straight wall. They moved up together. There was no one shooting out of the line. They stayed nice and strong. They backed the player on the inside or their outside. Yeah, but Maxwell doesn't look good here. He's one that's been all over the ball all game. So, and he's not the youngest spring chicken. He's come back this year after having a couple of years in CrossFit. So there's no question over his fitness. But CrossFit compared to physical fitness of rugby union, two different styles of fitness. But looks like Billy Dunn's coming on too. James Snedden, he didn't last long. Billy Dunn's on there, so that's a quick change.
That happened last week too. He was on for about 5 minutes, and Dan not happy with the scrums there, going backwards to Merewether Carlton side. There's a couple of changes here for the Hawks.
Yeah, Rob Smith, the English centre, he's a handful. He's had a shoulder problem. The only reason he hasn't been in the side, he's been probably their most consistent. I think he's one they really need. He's one that can get them going straight. He's one that can put a hole in the defensive line. He has got that sleight of hand as well. I think Chris Coleman, when he first came to town, compared him to a Timmy Horan. So if he plays anything like Timmy Horan, he's going to be set this second half alight. But yeah, yes. Chris Pusey, he's had enough, and also Timmy Walton. So, well, good job for Chris Pusey. He's had an impact. Probably can't go anymore given the issues he's had with his knee.
Yeah, he's a lump
sorry,
no, it's not Pusey, it's Silla. Silla's come off, and the replacement is Tyson Water.
Tyson Watini, I think he pronounces it. He's he played a lot at hooker in the start of the year, but been playing mainly in second grade the last few weeks.
Ball back there to Keelan. Keelan, plenty of time. Gets the ball downfield, taking all the pressure off the Hamilton Hawks side. The score here is 17 Hawks, Merewether Carlton 14. Merewether Carlton with the breeze to their back and absolutely dominating possession here.
Yeah, good take there by Sean Rich.
Yeah, good ball to Hatchwell. Hatchwell's been pretty solid too. And all Hamilton players drive over there, and they've won the ball there. That's great good play by the Hamilton. Good urgency, as you said, Jimmy. And little ball over the back. No one at home.
Benny Harris
has plenty of toe. Oh, and the ball's bounced up. Oh, and he's knocked it on. Unlucky Ben Harris. Yeah. He's absolutely flying through. No one at home, as you mentioned. And that's unlucky there for the Hawks.
He needed the off break, and he got the leg break, and he just got a hand to it, but couldn't reel it in. And if he did, he was away. He had support as well. I think that's a tactic you might see again from the Hawks. He's playing with a great amount of confidence, Ben Harris, which is what he didn't have early in the year when he was hampered by that back injury. But, geez, he's shown some game the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, definitely. And normally a fullback, but absolutely fitting right in at home on the wing here today. As the Merewether Carlton side will have the scrum, and they'll probably look to knock it down the other end of the field.
It looks
with
like
Crichton's boot.
Looks like Hamilton just picked up their urgency, haven't they? That was a great little captain's play by Steve Lamont before to put some pressure on coming through that ruck. Crichton looks to reef it out again.
He's taken out there, Crichton. Yeah, absolutely smacked by Maxwell. Doesn't look like anyone's seen it, but he was absolutely laid out there by Maxwell.
Yeah, they've just stepped up in the urgency and the aggression, haven't they, Hamilton? That was a big play. It's eluded both touch judges and the referee.
Yeah,
Blake Crichton still feeling at his right shoulder.
Des Gilbert not seeing it on the other side. He's seen everything these last 2 days, Des Gilbert, but not that. As the ball comes off cleanly for the Hawks. Keelan with the ball, short ball there to Maxwell, and Maxwell bumps one off. Good run by the old veteran. Ferry at the back. Passes to Keelan. Keelan, nice little hands to Vasakikakaku, who makes a half break. He's away. Vasakikakaku Passes it off to Rata, who
They just need
hands
to
it
go
off
to ground
there.
here again and reset Hamilton.
Good backing up there by Nagy. Hamilton look dangerous here. Ball off the back to Ferry. Oh, Merewether Carlton coming up in defence. Puts pressure on there. Hatchwell, good pressure to the centre, Smith.
There might have been a couple of questions if they had been offside there, but they get away with that. They
Oh,
come around the
Merewether
corner here.
Carlton
Pusey
going-
going sideways.
Merewether Carlton going a little bit early, and Mac Ray, he's a handful here, Pusey, and Pusey gets it over the 40-metre line. Ferry with the ball. Ackersdyke with the ball, taking it forward. Good run there by Ackersdyke.
Yeah,
as
Mick Gill's on the
Mick
ball.
Gill
though.
onto
Has he
it.
got a steal?
No. Ferry dancing around, and he's been pretty good, Ferry, this game. As Keelan ordering his troops around, and Delbo's
Yep.
called the advantage, and Merewether Carlton's won the ball here. And Crichton calling for it and boots the ball downfield, and that's a good kick by Crichton. But Merewether Carlton, no chase on it really. Plenty of time here for the Hamilton Hawks as look to counter, and Rada with the ball now.
No one at home for the Hawks if he wants to put it on the boot, but no, he backs himself and runs it. Still no one at home. Finally, Gareth Thirst goes over to that left touch line.
Yes, the ball goes out and kicks. That's a good kick there, and
Here comes
Harris
Harris
coming
again.
through again.
Couple of slow
Harris has
forwards
got
chasing.
plenty of toe.
Oh.
As good play there by Nash.
He just
as
shoved
Mac
him, didn't
Ray
he?
takes
Yeah.
the ball forward, and this is a good run. No chase. And this is a good run by Mac Ray, getting his team out of pressure. Up over the 40-metre line. Hamilton players all over it. That's a quick tap there by Merewether Carlton as they look to counter-attack. Riley Smith, little kick over the top. He's got plenty of toe as well. Smith as he comes through. Smith, it's going to be a foot race as Vasca Kikaku cleans up and looks to counter now. This is end-to-end stuff here. And Lamont there settling the play for the Hamilton Hawks just over the 20-metre line. As the crowd goes silent.
I think everyone's taking a breath.
I need a breath, that's for
Roosted high,
sure.
Up into the breeze, difficult take.
As
Kelso
Kelso comes through.
through.
Oh, and
Fills
he's
it.
knocked it
He
on.
got numbers
This
in
is
the Hawks, so
danger
he's gotta
here.
pick the ball up.
Oh, that's a good play there by Crichton, and Delbo will pull that up. And yeah, that was desperation stuff there. Taking the outfield catch, Kelso, and just making an absolute mess of it.
Yeah, that was just holding up in the bruise. You could see he was trying to get there. He was trying to get there. He had to dive full strength. He couldn't get there. Got his fingertips there, but spilled it. Substitution here for Hamilton. Big Marta, the Fijians, coming onto the second row. Looks like Chris Nagy's the one to make way. He's so strong, particularly once these Merewether Carlton forwards. They've taken a battering so far. They've had to defend a lot in both halves. So he's certainly going to test him with his offloads and his power up top.
Yeah, definitely. They will miss Nagy, though, who's been an absolute powerhouse in these rucks and cleaning out, and obviously the line out as well. So they may miss him in that aspect, with Marta playing a little bit looser than Nagy.
You'd think this is the perfect opportunity though, for the big Fijian to come in with his power and his strength to really have an impact.
Good scrum there by the Merewether Carlton side as Tills takes it off the back. Good run by Tills, and Chris Ward just overplaying it there and letting him run through way over the advantage line, making about 10 metres. Oh, dummy there by Keelan, shaping the kick, but doesn't. That's maybe a little knock on there, but no.
He's
As
big
Marta
Marta.
takes it forward and
Yeah,
wrapped
good
up
tackle
well by
Kenny
Hatchwell. Oh, good ball there to Tills, who finds space. Taken down by the Merewether Carlton side. That's a good piece
He's
of
all
hole
over the
running
ball
there
there,
by
Chris
Tills. He's
Ward.
not letting go of
Certainly
it.
a ruck though.
Hamilton take the ball. Long ball.
Holland's down in back play. He looks like he's got a badly broken hand by the look of it. They've
Very
called for a
flat
replacement
there.
straight away as Merewether Carlton.
And that's a
come through.
penalty, not releasing.
Yeah, he looks in all sorts of trouble here,
Yes,
Pat Island.
Pat Island clutching at his hand, or maybe his thumb, maybe a dislocation there, maybe as Delbo calls time off.
I'll tell you what, the Merewether Carlton needed that penalty, didn't they? They were stretched all over the park, Hamilton. You thought one more little line break, one more play just to get through, and they were away. But it was good scrambling defence, and they poured in at the ruck, and they managed to get a penalty.
As Island back, tough as teak is Island.
Must have been just a dislocated finger or a dislocated hand.
You just pop that back in, don't you, Jimmy?
I
Well, I
don't.
wouldn't. Both of us. That's personal jinx. Don't talk for the rest of the half, Jimmy. No, I'm kidding.
He's
Jimmy Gardner.
a blood nut. They're normally tougher than us, short little fat fellas. So
As the ball kicked out well over the 40 line. Good kick there by Crichton as Merewether Carlton will retain the line out. And Merewether Carlton were getting played all over then, as you mentioned. They really need to lift the intensity, and Hamilton have absolutely lifted here in this second half.
Yeah,
We've had about 18 minutes gone, and Sean Rich taps it off the top. Not the clean ball he would have liked. Crichton with the ball now to Strawn. Dangerous. Strawn makes a break. Good break he's got. Smith on the outside. Kelso on the outside. Kelso won't make it all the way. Places. And Strawn at the back. And Gets over. No, about half a metre short there. They've got numbers calling
it
for it. And Ernst through, and Ernst will score! That's a good try to Merewether Carlton. And that's against a run of play.
Yeah,
and that's a good break there by Strawn leading up to that. And Ernst, as he does, sniping and over from about a metre out.
It looked like they were just hanging on, Merewether Carlton. They were just hanging on. And then I asked midweek, why don't they bring Jay Strawn into the side? They said, no, he's too good for us off the bench. He gives us that impact. He leads us in line breaks, and that's what he did. He just stepped off his right foot. He got through the gap, and he was away. It was good support play. Great cover defence in the end by Hamilton to get there and scramble. And it looked like Merewether had numbers on the right, but Ernst, being the cool head he is and being the smart player he is, he had a look at the right, he dummied there and then just charged his way over from the base of the ruck. And this is game on.
As we look at the replay, and Strawn just stepping and deceptively quick. Good ball on the inside to Kelso. Kelso pulled down, and Ernst, I think that was Barlow that came through, maybe Sean Rich. As Ernst just looking around, sniping, and boom, under, over. And that's poor defence as Crichton nails that last kick. And this is the first time in a long time that Merewether Carlton are back in the lead here. As Merewether now 19, Hamilton 17. 21-17 on the Bar TV scoreboard. And this is an absolutely exciting and enthralling game of rugby here. And that's a good kick there by Hamilton as it comes through. And good take there by Sean Rich as he makes a little break coming through. Coming over now, Ernst to the back. Good clean out there by Hamilton as they look to counter ruck. Ernst at the back. Crichton calling for it. And we'll knock it downfield, and that's a good searching kick by Crichton and making metres there, and it's touched by the Hamilton trainer, so they won't be able to go for that quick restart, and Harris just shaking his head there. Good attacking zone there for Hamilton, though. They'll probably look to run it, as this game is absolutely on here with Merewether Carlton 20, Hamilton 17. And that's maybe not straight. Yes, it is. And Keelan takes the ball forward, and that's a good run there. Taken well there by the replacement in Strawn. They turned it over. That's a good tackle by Strawn, turning the ball over, and Kelso takes the ball forward. He's been playing well as well, Kelso, apart from that spill he did have. And that's a good little kick over the top there, but Ferry reads it well, passes it infield there for Fallen, who's going to look to counter. There's no chase there by the Carlton side. As he gets around one, Nash, and Harris has got all the pace. Harris, Strawn looking to meet him. Little dummy on the inside. And kicks forward. Crichton with the ball. Gets around one and holds the ball up. Going to need players to get here.
Into this breakdown.
Merewether Carlton getting there, and Hamilton getting around. And Merewether Carlton look like they've won the ball here. And that's a good piece of rugby there by Harris. He's looked dangerous this half. Flick out the back, and Nash away. Nash has got a lot of pace. He's got Gill on the inside. Should not have kicked that. Probably should have taken the ball down, and Merewether Carlton win the ball. And Hamilton coming through, and Ward comes over, and that's a penalty there. Diving over by the Hamilton Hawks, and that's a bit of an unlucky penalty, I believe, with Merewether Carlton really struggling to get to that breakdown there.
Yeah, just losing their feet. The Hawks probably a little bit too urgent. Just lost their feet, poured over. But yeah, great little piece of enterprise there by Ben Harris. I'd be getting him the ball as much as possible.
Yeah, he's looked dangerous every time he's had the ball, Harris. Merewether Carlton scrambling well, though, and Crichton a little bit nonchalant there cleaning up that ball, but held the ball up well and waited for his players to come around.
It's a bit like a heavyweight battle, this one. They're going bang, punch for punch. You just think one team's on top and then the other one comes back, counter strikes. A little bit of concern here about one of the Hamilton players is that, Liam Fallen.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all, Fallen.
I think he might have got caught.
Head knock
when they were away there, Merewether Carlton, he had the chip and chase. He went up, the ball struck him in the torso. I think then when he went down to take the ball, he got whacked with either an accidental knee or something. But yeah, he's in Disneyland.
Yeah, this is a big loss for the Hamilton side. Fallen looking very dangerous from the attack, linking up with Harris in the counter-attack as Crichton looks to get the ball downfield, out of trouble for this Merewether Carlton. He doesn't found touch, I don't think. And that's a bad mistake there by Blake Crichton, as there's not much chase for the Merewether Carlton side. This will be danger here as Harris spins the ball out to Vasakikakaku, flicks the ball in, and Rada cleans up well, reads it well. Probably could have beat them on the outside there as they go blind, and Ferry takes the ball in. Good defence there by Merewether. As Marta takes the ball forward, and he's a handful.
Drive.
That's a good driving run there, taking them close to the halfway.
Again, another one that pick and go.
And Chris Ward comes over. maybe from the side. I think it was from the side, and that's a knock on, and that was, yeah. Delbo probably not reading that one properly as Chris Ward. He's been making a few steals over the past few weeks.
He's so strong on the ball, Chris Ward. But yeah, I think he might have just snuck in the side there. But anyway, gets away with that one, but still a Hamilton ball. As we see Artie Economy come onto the wing, and Ben Harris will move to fullback to replace Liam Fallen, who obviously went up with that head knock. But yeah, good to see Big Marta, the Fijian. That's what he's good at when there's only a couple of the ruck. He picks it up and he drives forward. He must have carried 3 or 4 with him there at one point. They need more of that, the Hawks.
Yeah, definitely. With about 25 minutes gone here in this second half, and that might be a short arm penalty to Hamilton with Billy Dunn probably coming down there.
Yeah, 4 points in this. The Hawks trail by 4 points. Looks like it's gone a bit still. That wind has dropped off. So we won't see probably the easy releases from their own half that Merewether, Carlton, that Hamilton were having in the first half. The wind's just dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, Economo, not a loss anyway. He's a good finisher, Economo, coming onto the wing here. And this is a better scrum by both sides as they wrestle in midfield on the halfways. Tills picks it up from the back. Scrappy ball there to Ferry. Keelan, cut out ball to Vasikic Kaku, who gets over the halfway line. Good run here. He's coming into his own in this second half.
He's running
They've got
straight.
a blind side here, and Economo just getting taken by Kelso. Good hit there in contact. And coming over the Hamilton side, and that's a penalty, and that's not releasing there the player. The Merewether Carlton side, that's a bad mistake as players tangled up in contact, and
Yeah,
Chris
again, it was Ward with his hands all over it. He's a beast.
Yeah,
Looks
maybe
like he's
a little
come out of
shoulder
that,
problem.
Yeah, come out of that one a bit gingerly there. He's holding his right arm down by his side, not 100%, but he's certainly not letting anyone know that. He's going to soldier on.
Yeah, Hamilton now in a good attacking zone here, just outside the 20-metre line. Ball going to go to the back here, and Tills makes it. Ackersdyke juggles it and comes through the other side there. That's a good run there by Ackersdyke. He's been strong this game.
Nope.
And ball from the back here. Pusey with the ball. He's been hard to take down all game, but taken down well there by the Merewether backs.
Yeah, they're lined
Ball
up.
taken forward in a ruck slowly but sure. There's someone down there for the Merewether Carlton side. I think it may be Ward.
They're lined up deep here on the left. Hamilton, big Marta floating out in the centres. It goes to him now.
Marta with the ball, dances
Flat-footed
in one,
though.
palms off another, gets his arm. No, he doesn't get his arm free where he's dangerous.
They're still coming
Ball
around
still
the corner
on
on the
here.
left.
Good pass there by Ferry, but Keelan just a little bit slow on that play. Still got numbers. Gets one away to Lamont. Lamont, and that's bad luck for the Hawks as they juggle the play. Maybe a little knock on by Merewether. Yes, Delbo's seen it as the Hamilton side playing advantage here.
They're just reloading here. The Hawks just setting up again. The forwards will take it back inside. They try and create a little bit more room for their backs.
As
Look at Big
Marta
Marta.
takes
He's
it
taking
forward.
3 or 4. He's still going. Great leg drive.
Yeah, good run there by Marta. Very hard to put down, as we've mentioned. Keelan on the inside there to Economo. Dangerous here. Merewether Carlton stretched. Inside ball there for Smith. Smith taking forward. Good, hard, solid run there, taking about 3 metres out.
They're hanging on here, Greens. They're just hanging on.
As the ball in the back, Ferry looking. He's got space and pass it to Pusey. Pusey dangerous. Stands in one, stands through, drives under one. Only about 30 centimetres out there. There's Ferry with the ball. Ackersdyke taken well there by the Merewether Carlton forwards. They've got to aim up here at the breakdown as they come forward. This could be a try.
Tyson Martini, hands on the ball.
And that's a penalty there. Offside, Delbo says.
Ooh,
And this is right in front of the post. Will they
points
take the
behind.
points?
4 points behind. Obviously, the penalty would bring them within 1. But it feels like Merewether only just hanging on. I think they'll
Yeah,
take
Marta
tap.
with the
They
ball.
do.
Marta comes forward. Held up, is he? No. Has his big arm out there, Marta. It's on to the left here for Hamilton if they go left. And Tills is calling for it. And Lamont has the ball. He's held up, I think, or is he over? He's held up. Oh, I thought he might have even got that down there,
Yeah, I thought
Lamont.
he was just in short, but yeah, certainly they're just hanging on Merewether Carlton. But geez, they're a gutsy side, aren't they?
Yeah, they've come back in the last few games, but they're holding a lead here, which is unfamiliar for them coming for about 5 weeks. You know, they've had to play from behind, so we'll see how they handle this with about 12 minutes remaining in the half. There's still a long time to go, Jimmy.
Yeah, they haven't had much footy in this second half, have they? They've just been grinding away, Hamilton. This is what I think we expected to see them last week. Great opportunity here again. Big Eric, every time he's taken it straight, he's busted a hole. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him set something up for here. If it's not first phase, it might be second.
Yeah, maybe even There's a blind side. There's a big blind side there for maybe an opportunity with Tills and Ferry. Kick to the back there. Ball out. Keelan has it now. Ball around the back there. And ball out to Economo. And he's going to score in the corner. Yes, he does. And that's a good set play there by the Hamilton Hawks. With Economo to score in the corner. As we mentioned, good finisher. Didn't have much to do. And just goes over easily.
Yeah, great little play. It was the decoy runner that put the Merewether defence in minds. They sucked the winger in, and that created the overlap. And once he got outside his man, Economy, there was only going to be one result, and that was a try.
Yeah, good try there, and good scrum there. Hold up well by Tills to set it up. Comes off the back, hits his foot. Keelan with the ball. Good long pass there to the fullback coming through. And Economo, nothing to do but fall over the line.
Yeah, they all sucked into Big Eric, didn't they? The Merewether Carlton thought it was going in for sure, but it didn't and went out the back. And once Benny Harris got outside his man, he found Economy, and that's a good try and a great way to hit back. And they get their noses in front here, the Hawks, a chance to go even further in front with 3 points rather than just the one.
Yeah, the score here, 22 to Hamilton. Merewether 21 with a kick to come. Keelan's been absolutely on fire with his kicking today as the Merewether Carlton players behind the try line there. They look absolutely out on their feet. And the Hamilton players, they look like they've got a bit of a spring in their step now. About 2 metres in from touch. Keelan got one in the first half from a similar position on the other side of the field. As he takes a couple of steps back, the crowd is hushed here at number 2 Sports Ground in this knockout semi-final. Takes a big deep breath in. Lines it up. Looking for plenty of hook here. Hits it, and he has missed it. So the score remains Hamilton Hawks 22, Merewether Carlton 21. 1 point in this match, and it's been an absolute belter, end-to-end stuff. The leaders swapped several times in this second half, and in the first half too, as Smith has the ball on the halfway. Merewether Carlton supporters urging them to get back into this match. Ball up high, and that's taken well by Lamont. Safe as you like. As the Hamilton players now coming over. Baccaret's just holding that ruck. Keelan with the ball. Kicks it over there.
Great little nudge.
Ernst. Plenty of time. Crichton with the ball. Good little banana kick to the sideline and may find touch and does find touch inside the 22-metre line. Good searching kick there by Crichton.
Yeah, good little bit of skill. Wasn't it? Nice little banana kick. He only had about 10 minutes to work with, but he hit that to perfection.
Yes, and Merewether Carlton will look to get up here through Sean Rich and steal this ball. Both lineouts haven't been the best today from both sides. As Marta goes up, and he's a big man to combat there.
Mate, but he has got some springs in those heels, so we'll be looking for help. Nice little nudge from the base of the scrum. He's got this covered though, Riley Smith.
Yeah, pass inside to Crichton. Crichton has a bit to do. Tries to beat one, beats one, and gets held up there with the Carlton players coming around. Maybe should have looked for the corner there, Crichton. As the ball passed into Strawn, and Strawn takes it forward. Good run there, taking the pressure off his forwards. Ernst with the ball at the back, and Barlow taking it forward. He's been good today, Barlow. Ball at the back, they've got... Kelso juggles it. Passes the ball, and Nash with the ball. But that's been taken forward, and that's unlucky there for Nash. And the Merewether Carlton crowd not happy, but probably the right call.
Pull back for a forward pass. I'd like to have another look at this. I think it might have been actually a Hamilton player who knocked it out of his hand. Stu McCash talking to his referee, but Delbo was on the spot. If he has a look at it here, Gareth Ernst comes out, pops his head out the back of the ruck. They go to the left. Kelso has
Juggles
his hand. And yeah, it's just Big Eric. He gets his hand to it, knocks it forward. So a bit lucky there, Hamilton.
Very unlucky there by Merewether Carlton.
He was down that left touchline too, Corey Nash. Although I think
he may have put his foot out though.
I think the Hamilton players may have stopped thinking that it was a knock on. So I won't say it was a certain try, but they certainly should have the ball.
And Merewether dig in deep for this scrum, but held well by Hamilton. Vasa Kikakaku with it now. He's starting to find his feet here in this second half, as we mentioned. And that's a penalty to Merewether Carlton. 1 point behind. What do you do? 40 metres out, straight in front. Semi-final football. Looks like they might be going for goal with the breeze to the back. And yes, they have taken the option. And Hamilton Hawks just holding on to the ball there. And they had the ball in attacking and just putting the pressure on themselves here in this
probably a bit of justice
elimination.
For that natural justice there from that last call. Looks like Merewether Carlton are starting to warm up a couple of players. Michael Dean can see these players are starting to get a little bit tired, so a couple of fresh reserves there getting ready to come on.
Yes, it's Crichton. He's been pretty good on the boot today, Blake Crichton. Only missed the one.
Yeah, 40 metres out, just left to the uprights. Comes in.
He hits it.
Looks like he may have hooked
and
it.
he has missed that one as they'll come out to the 20-metre line. Just hooking it wide. He's not happy with that. Blake Crichton could have put his team in front there. The score remains 21-22 in favour of the Hamilton Hawks side. As Harris is actually still out there in fullback.
Yeah, they're
and that's
going
a
deep.
good
They
long
need a
kick.
good chase here. Good line. Up
He
in
has
one line.
got a good boot as Pat Island charges forward and knocks Rada out of the way. But good defence there by the Hamilton. Good chase. And the ball at the back there for the Greens. Not set with much there happening. Mac Ray calling for it. Got the ball around his feet and takes on Pusey and takes it forward. And that's a good run there by Mac Ray, the young under-20s player. Oh, good ball there by Crichton to Kelso in traffic. Taking the ball forward, Kelso, as he's done all day today, over the halfway line. Dunn calling for it. Oh, a little bit high there, Billy Dunn. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Ackersdyke with his hands on the ball as Gill trying to clean him out there. And the ball changed over there. And that's a penalty, though, to Merewether Carlton on halfway. Do they take the points here, Jimmy?
Yeah, I think they might have been a little bit unlucky there, but Rob Delbo just saying he had to roll away there, Ackersdyke, once they went to ground. I certainly don't think there was a hand in it. It was more just the ball being squeezed out. But 50 metres out, just past Crichton, not that confident, so he takes it for line.
Yeah, and Fines line just over the 20-metre line here. Probably about 25 out here, the Greens. And the Merewether crowd getting right behind their side. Right in front of the Merewether Carlton supporters here.
Yep.
As they call a couple
finally
out.
succumbs. He's holding that right shoulder, so he's no good. A couple of changes here coming on from Merewether Carlton.
Well, it's a good ball at the back there. Ernst with it, Crichton with it. Catchwell taking it forward. Steps inside. Good tackle there. They've got it on the blind here. If they do use it, Strawn takes it into traffic.
Yeah.
And that's...
Mick Gill just got in his road there. A little bit of poor miscommunication. Strawn, he's confident every time he gets the ball, Strawn. He looks like he's going to beat a defender. But that time he just took the option of coming inside Gill when he probably should have went on the outside and a little obstruction. And Hamilton get a chance to have a couple of deep breaths and get out of this territory and start again.
Yeah, 5 minutes to go in this elimination semi-final here. Not too much injury time, I would imagine, today. And that's a good touch finder there by the Hamilton side against the Breeze. Gareth Ernst just having a little chat to the touch judge. Short line out here with one of the Hamilton players not good coming off here.
Yeah, Tyson Watini, he looks like he's in Disneyland as well. He's a bit groggy, so big Sealer comes back on.
Yes, front rowers are allowed to come back on in the NHRU competition. As he makes his way off the field and Sealer's on. Short line out here. Marta at the back probably will look to maybe go to him. Ackersdyke in the line out as well. Oh, one there by Merewether Carlton. Ernst with the ball out the back there. Passes it on there. Strawn. Little pass to Barlow. And Barlow met by Vasakikakaku out wide.
Good run.
Good run there. Ball handed off to Sean Rich. And Sean Rich takes the ball forward. And Barlow's down in back play. Gill with the ball. Dances, Jinx. Makes a little half break. Good little ball in traffic and taken down there. And that's a knock-on called.
Yeah, they just got to take some risk now, Merewether Carlton. That one they took it. It just slipped out of his hand. It was nearly a half break. I think this is where you'll see Michael Gill come into his own. They need someone to put a dent in this Hamilton defensive line because it's been so strong.
Yeah, definitely great defence here by the Hamilton Hawks in this elimination semi-final. Of course, we are live for you on Bar TV.
I just noticed Jason Keelan just point to his trainer as well. It doesn't look like he's real flash. He's stretching. Let's hope it's a cramp. Let's hope it's not his groin again. But yeah, he certainly showed a bit of discomfort. Certainly made a indication to the touchline that he's not quite 100%.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go here in this elimination semi-final. Merewether Carlton with everything to do. Down by 1 point. It's an absolutely exciting game here. The atmosphere's absolutely magic.
Just isolated here,
takes it.
He lays the egg, though. Good showing, good experience there from from Gareth Tilse. We spoke to Jeremy earlier. Here
Yep.
comes Big Eric.
Yeah, Vasakikakaku taking the ball in. He's been safe this half. Vasakikakaku is the ball out the back to Harris. Not in good position there, Crichton, as he lets the ball bounce. Maybe look to counter as he punches the ball downfield. Need to have the ball in hand here, the Merewether side, and it just pulls up and comes through on his own kick. And
yeah, I think both teams starting to feel the energy going out of this game. Both of them just about on their last legs, I think.
yes, and we're on our last legs too, by the sounds of it, Jimmy.
Yeah,
this has been an absolutely amazing game to call. As the ball ready to go in, going to the back and right over, and that's a good, solid ball there by Ackersdyke. Getting possession is, oh, that's a poor kick there by Keelan. But, they've got to be offside, surely, but no. Counter-attack here, and Economou.
He's pulled this back for a knock-on.
Called it back for the knock-on,
Yeah,
but
I think he got
maybe offside as Maxwell going on with it here in back play.
I think he got word from his touch judge. I think Rob Delbo missed that one, but Stu McCann's the eyes and ears picked up a little knock-on. I think that's the right call. Again, Keelan doesn't look 100%. He's coming out of that limping noticeably.
Yes, this is
great opportunity for Merewether Carlton.
Probably maybe even the last throw of the dice here for
Scrum 20
Merewether
metres
Carlton.
out midfield. They can go either side.
What are they going to do? Set up for a field goal?
I'd be getting the ball in Jay Strawn's hand, trying to get him one-on-one with the defender. He's so good moving laterally. He can go off his left or off his right. Hamilton, we've seen they're so good coming up, but when they've got to go sideways, their big centres is when they struggle. But I'd get the ball certainly in Jay Strawn's hands here and see what he can do.
Yeah, forwards need to dig deep here for Merewether Carlton. Hamilton's scrum has been pretty good, especially with Silla now back on. Good anchor, Silla. As the ball comes through, and Merewether Carlton pushed off the ball here. And that's a good scrum there by Hamilton, winning the ball.
Gone and their forwards can do that. That's a real lifter.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Silla back on the field, and that's a penalty to Hamilton. Merewether Carlton just ill-disciplined there.
Great effort from the front row.
By Hamilton
Stayed
Hawks.
low. Merewether Carlton just got shunted up, and from there it was just going to be one result. The ball came through the back. Fantastic effort from the Hawks at this latter stage in the game. That's the sort of stuff that gets you into a grand final. I know we're still a week away, but that could be the last throw of the dice for Merewether Carlton. They could be shot.
Yeah, definitely. And Rob Delbo just checking his watch there, but has he made touch? Yes, he has, Harris. Easily finds touch there just before halfway. As Lamont, he's been an absolute force this game, Lamont, and gets first to the line out.
There for mine. Him and Tilse have both been exceptional.
Well, Tilse wins that one easily. Off the top for Ferry. Keelan with the ball, and Maxwell calling for it and takes it forward. That's a good run there by Maxwell, taking it up to halfway. Ball passed out to Tilse, and Tilse taking it forward.
Good clean out.
Oh, the ball maybe come over there. No, Hamilton holding on to it. Good counter-rucking, though, by Merewether Carlton. Maxwell on the back, passing it out to Pusey. Pusey taking it forward. He's been good too today. And Merewether Carlton stripped the ball maybe. Yes, they have. And
numbers on the left here
Hill,
too.
they've got good numbers here. Hatchwell passing the ball. Kelso with the ball, looks to beat one. Oh, and Harris has taken the intercept as Crichton comes across the field. Harris's pace, and Harris loses his feet there and just keeps inside touch somehow there. And that's a good intercept there by Harris. And the ball comes out here. Delbo looks at his watch. One more play for mine here.
Yeah, last play, no doubt about it. Ben Harris, what a game he's had. He's been fantastic.
Merewether Carlton looking for the quick line out here as they go up, and they do win the ball from Frost. And Marta's got to be offside maybe. Yes, he is. Delbo calls it, and Crichton takes the quick tap, and they're offside. Tilse is way offside, but Delbo has called it back. As keeping the mark there, way off the mark is Crichton as they look to kick for touch here. And again, they'll look to probably maul this one up the field. Need to win this line out first.
Yeah, this is the championship moments, isn't it? Merewether Carlton, they've been in this position so many times the last 5 weeks. Have they got it in them? Have they got one more effort left in them? Have they got one more ability to break a tackle? They go long. Frost at
good
the back.
ball to Frost. Crichton with the ball, passes it to Hatchwell. Hatchwell passing it out. Strawn with the ball, he's dangerous. He hasn't got the support around him though as he takes a few with him, Strawn. Crowd goes silent. There's not long to go here. Merewether Carlton, they never ever give up as we mentioned. And coming through there, and that's another penalty there.
Thought he might have come through the middle there, but no, he's really come through the side, not through the gate. So opportunity for Merewether Carlton. Have they got enough time to put it into touch? No.
No,
it's definitely the last play.
As Gill takes the ball in, hasn't got many with him. Ackersdyke comes forward. Hamilton coming forward. Good counter-rucking here by
ball still at the back here
Hamilton.
for the Greens.
As they still come through. Ernst with the ball. Not much happening for Merewether. Nothing doing. They're not really organised. Hamilton players may be creeping forward a little bit.
He's got to roll away. Them Hamilton players got to roll away. The ball at the back.
Barlow with the ball now. Takes the ball into contact. Good contact as Vasakikakaku goes over. Not much going. Gill with the ball. Ooh, goes through his legs. Knock back and Gill makes a break. He's got support on the inside. Doesn't find it though. As the ball come back, could be Hamilton's ball. Jay Strawn with the ball. Got a couple to beat. Bit of work to do. Passes it on the inside here. The replacement by Merewether taking it to the 20-metre line. Going to have to regroup here, Merewether Carlton, and just take the ball in as Sean Rich comes forward. Offside there.
I think they might have been a bit lucky there. I think Michael Gill might have knocked that on in the lead up, but probably it evens out in the end.
There's the ball now with Gill. Gill takes the ball, dances around again. Good scooting run there by Gill. Ball at the back there. No one's there. Ernst taking it forward.
We're now in penalty territory too, so they have to be disciplined here, the Hawks.
As they set it forward, the Merewether Carlton guys. Similar to the game last week where Waratah were rucking it forward and Chris Ward won the ball. No, he hasn't. He's gone blindside, Blake Crichton, and he takes the ball in and met well by Stiller, the front rower.
He was shaping for a field goal there, but just changed his mind. They got numbers on the left here, the Greens. They've got to get the ball out there.
They've got to be offside here, way offside. And they have called it. That'll be a penalty. The advantage being played. Sean Rich passing the ball out to Hatchwell. Hatchwell with a couple to beat. As the ball now taken, probably about 10 metres out, ball at the back. Advantage played, has it? No. Advantage still to Carlton. Carlton with the ball. Ball taken in there by the Merewether Carlton side. Need to regroup. Crichton at the back calling for it. Dummies it. He takes a shot and goes wide here, but this is going to be a penalty to Merewether Carlton. All the pressure on Blake Crichton now. This is to win the match here in the elimination semi-final. Probably about 2 metres wide of the sticks here. And if Merewether Carlton get into jail here, this is going to be very lucky because Hamilton Hawks have played all over them in this second half.
They're never out of it. Every time you think they're gone, they get up off the canvas. They've done it again here. The Hawks, they think the results are a gone conclusion here. This is the easiest kick he's had to win the game. Twice this year he's had once after the full-time surrender. Twice he's missed.
Twice he's missed.
They were from the sideline. This is a bit different.
And they always say, never blame the kicker, but Jimmy Gardner, I'm going to blame the kicker. He's had an absolute belter of a game though, Crichton. And he's been dominant all game, steering his side round the park as the ball taking its time to come out. The game all but over with a kick to come. If Merewether Carlton get out of jail here, their crowd's going to go absolutely amazing. I mean, the Hamilton Hawks will be very unlucky to lose this match. Probably don't deserve to lose it. A couple of discipline errors, I guess. Maybe a couple of hard calls by Delbo, maybe. But the kick to come and the crowd goes absolutely silent as Crichton takes the kick and he makes it. And that's a big win here at number 2 Sports Ground for Merewether Carlton. They live to fight another day. Hamilton Hawks absolutely despondent. As I said, very unlucky to lose this game. The Merewether Carlton crowd goes up and Merewether Carlton win this game and they will take on their arch rivals Wanderers next week.
Get here early because there won't be a spare seat.
I'm sure we'll be very, very, very worried to face this Greens team who never give up. Jimmy Gardner, it's been a pleasure calling with you today. We've been here for Bar TV Sports and of course live on the Newcastle Herald. Join us next week for the final, not the grand final, the final to get into the final at number 2 Sports Ground, the home of rugby union. Thanks everybody for joining us at home. I've been Gareth Wozik. And with me today is Jimmy Garner. And again, Bar TV Sports, the home of grassroots sports across the world. Thanks, everybody.